Hey guys, it's Hannah, and this is Lilanahcology, first episode. I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. So I finally decided on which video I'm doing, which is kind of why it's pretty much Saturday. Well, it is technically, but I haven't gone to sleep yet, therefore it's still Friday, so because it took me so long to decide on what I was going to do, and you know, the viewers always come first. So without further ado, this video is going to be on self-harm. So yeah. Okay. So a lot of my friends, and pretty much, I don't have an exact number, but I would say like 80% of high schoolers and middle schoolers have had trouble with self-harm in any way, shape, or form, and that includes me. And you know, there are so many different reasons for this happening. You know, it ranges from a cry for help all the way to, you know, they want to feel something again. There's a lot of different reasons. And the thing about self-harm is, once you start, it's really hard to stop. Now, a few disclaimers about it for all of the people who do not self-harm. It is not for attention. It's not over dramatic. It's not just a phase or a teenage thing, because yes, a lot of teenagers do have problems with it, but no, it's not a fad, you know, much like being gay. And so, I guess let's address why most people do it. So, as I said, there is a cry for help, which is confused with wanting attention. Now, these are two different things. Personally, my story is in 7th grade. That was when I was struggling with all of the major issues of my life, starting with, you know, falling in love with my best friend, ending with why am I feeling so alone and sad all the time, and blah blah blah, you know, all the things that happened before I decided to get help. And I was really confused on how to make this situation seem serious to people around me, or how to get people to notice that I was really upset, and so I would self-harm. And there's a difference between attention whoring and crying for help. Now, what I did was a cry for help because I needed someone to realize how much problems I was having, and that I wasn't just being a dramatic teenager. This was a serious thing. And that was one of the reasons why I started, I think, looking back on it now. I was really lost at the time, and so I'm not 100% positive. But another reason why I did it was because I felt imperfect, and you know, that's the main reason a lot of people do it. The reasoning in their head is pretty much that, you know, if they hurt themselves, then they are punished. And I guess it kind of goes along with that thing. And, you know, I usually did it when I did something that affected someone else. Like, for example, in January, I broke up with my boyfriend of like 6 months or so for my best friend, obviously, and that was probably the worst time that I did it, because, you know, I just felt, you know, I needed to feel the pain that he was feeling. A lot of really dark things were going through my head, and I felt responsible for everything. I really hated myself for it. And of course, 7th grade was that time for me that I hated myself for everything, you know. It was truly my dark point in life. And so those are pretty much reasons why people do it. Now, if you have a friend that is self-harming, you know, things not to say are just stop. Don't threaten them with things. You know, if you self-harm, then I will. Don't be negative about it. You want to show them that you are giving them as much support and love as you want. Not supporting the thing that they're doing, but supporting them in general. Show them that people do love them, including you. And tell them, let them know that you will do anything to help them get out of this dark state in their life. And you really want to recommend, you know, therapy or help, like professional help, you know, make sure that they are helping their life, because when people do this, they are in a really bad state. There are a lot of different problems going on in their head, and every time a little thing triggers one of those things that they're insecure about or that is heavily on their mind, they will want to self-harm, because it really feels like the solution to them, and it's a way to feel like they fixed it for a few minutes, or, you know, things like that. And so you really want to help them see that it's not a good it's not like a legitimate option for getting rid of their problems, kind of like drinking. And you know, really want to let them know that too, but don't be mean about it, and try and be understanding and calm. The more you freak out, the worse it's going to be, and then they're going to feel like a freak and an outsider, and yet again, more imperfect, and that's really not good. And lastly, if you are doing it yourself, listen to everything I just said in this entire video and flip it around so it's facing you and you are really soaking up everything I just said. You know, one, whatever's happening, you know, this is not the right solution to it. I know it feels like it is, and it makes you feel better for a little bit, or makes you feel, you know, equal. I guess I'm saying that because, you know, when I did, you know, I wanted to feel the pain that I caused other people. It's not a reliable thing. Two, you definitely need professional help of some sort to work out all of the issues leading up to this one issue. And it just piles on top of your issues, because this itself is an issue. It isn't a solution. It isn't a stress reliever, even though it feels like it at that time. You know, it's going to leave you with scars, and it's the least healthy way possible. Other than drinking, you can get rid of your problems. You know, you really need to turn around and face your problems and say to yourself, I need help, and you need to go and get that. And now, if therapy isn't an option, you know, I guess I would recommend using one of the links I have below. Message me on Facebook, kick me, and talk to me. But, you know, I'm not a licensed therapist, and I can only help you as much as I know how it feels, and I know talking about it feels better. And if it's getting to a serious point, like suicide, because they kind of go together, which I will make another video about that later, eventually, then you really need to talk to me or someone. If you've heard of the Trevor Project, you can Google them, and things like that, because you need to talk it out. And so, other than that, I want you to know that you are perfect, and everything that's going on, there's a better solution than this. And I know it's going to be really hard for you to find another solution and stop, but as an end result, that is a good thing. And another advice for friends, don't tell them just stop. Really don't, because they can't. It's much more complicated than that. Alright, I hope I've helped you guys. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed therapist. This is not licensed advice. This is just a girl who has had a lot of life experience and was born to be a therapist and has a lot of answers, and hopes that these answers are helping people at least for the second, or realizing what the next step is. And in this case, it's therapy. Hashtag just saying. And again, if that's not an option, just find me somewhere in one of those social media sites and I will talk you through it. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.